Cricket Inquiries, Headingley. Keshav asks, were West Indies too good today, or were England too overconfident and maybe complacent after a humongous victory?
I think the West Indies came back very hard. I think we kind of thought they would, because they've done it a few times since the mediocre comments, really. A few years ago against England, and they were hurting. I think the conditions were in their favour. Had they caught well, they might have bowled England out for -30. I'm not sure. I didn't look up the stats.
They also look a much better bowling attack when they've got Shannon Gabriel playing.
Yeah.
He's the best bowler. He's been the best bowler.
And Vishu got a breakthrough, and it's warmer. I mean, at one stage we looked out to check the temperature, and there was only one guy with his hand in his pocket. So that's 20, 21.5 degrees. I'm not sure.
Nitish asks,
Knitters?
Jason Holder has a job few people can do and fewer who'd want it. Does he really deserve the amount of flack he's receiving?
He makes a lot of really odd tactical moves, and people pick up on those and question him on them. That's part of the gig, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, there's actually no West Indian press here. So when we talk about people calling him on it, I don't know what people are writing back home, but he can get away with a fair bit. Is he in the best 11 cricketers from the West Indies at the moment? I don't think so. Why have I started doing rhetorical, weird George Dobell questions? Are you here, George?
Jason Holder has had a very difficult job given to him, and I'm always impressed by his maturity and the way he deals.
So am I, but not always with his captaincy, because it's not always that good.
Sam asks,
Samus?
Jennings couldn't score runs against Philander, Morkel and Rabada. What's Stoneman's excuse? Well, to be fair, he's only had 2 innings. Yeah, 2 innings, and in the first one, he got probably the best ball in that whole match.
He's gone out to Kemar Roach as well. So to be fair, Kemar Roach is top quality bowler. So if he's not going out to Miguel Cummins, is he? He is by far and away one of the best county cricketers of the last couple of years, and probably deserves more than the 2 innings that you're giving him. Is it Sam?
Sam.
Come on, Sam.
Joey asks,
Joseph?
do the West Indies players sweat butter in their palms to drop so many catches?
Do they what now?
Sweat butter. Like sweat butter so it's slippery.
I think they probably dropped more chances than they did in Edgbaston. I can't remember the exact numbers, or at least similar. And I tell you what, they fielded 1,000,000 times better today.
I think it was just the fact, yes, they did feel better overall. The catches they dropped, in particular a couple of them, were probably in international cricket as good as you get. Hamad asks,
Hammers?
how often do we see a team's lower order more potent than the top order?
And New Zealand for most of their life.
It's hard batting at the top. Hard batting at the top of the order.
It's, realistically, if you look at the record of a lot of the people they're picking to bat in the top order, Molinelli's probably got roughly the same record, and he's batting at 8. Johnny Bairstow has a better record than some of the guys that he's coming in behind. So they could actually move a few guys up. But I think what they're saying is, we should be able to find batsmen, not make them from, our middle order. And it is a strength of English cricket, this incredible middle order.
Test Match Dan asks, why are England consistently inconsistent?
They've got a lot of all-rounders, I think is part of the reason. And all-rounders, by definition, are players who generally aren't very good at one skill over and over again. They're in the team because they're good at more than one skill, so that means the team fluctuates. So they don't have a top order. Test Match Dan.
Hugh Lloyd asks,
Viewers?
am I the only one who thinks of a 1940s American private detective when I hear the name Roston Chase?
No, but Roston Chase is a bank in America. Jimmy Blackwood. Come on now. There's a blonde, there's a femme fatale, someone's got putting them, what do you call? Someone's got stilettos on, and,
You don't put stilettos on like that.
You're an awkward woman.
True. Chris Blaney asks,
Chris's.
should I treat myself with a decent dinner or save it for a few pintines on a different night?
You should treat yourself with pintines, whatever that is. It sounds like you need ointments and some urgent care.
I'm sure there's a treatment. We'll see you tomorrow. inquiries, Headingley. Keshav asks, were West Indies too good today, or were England too overconfident and maybe complacent after a humongous victory?
I think the West Indies came back very hard. I think we kind of thought they would, because they've done it a few times since the mediocre comments, really. A few years ago against England, and they were hurting. I think the conditions were in their favour. Had they caught well, they might have bowled England out for -30. I'm not sure. I didn't look up the stats.
They also look a much better bowling attack when they've got Shannon Gabriel playing.
Yeah.
He's their best bowler. He's been the best bowler.
And Bishop got a breakthrough, and it's warmer. I mean, at one stage we looked out to check the temperature, and there was only one guy with his hand in his pocket. So that's 20, 21.5 degrees. I'm not sure.
Nitish asks,
Knitters?
Jason Holder has a job few people can do and fewer who'd want it. Does he really deserve the amount of flack he's receiving?
He makes a lot of really odd tactical moves, and people pick up on those and question him on them. That's part of the gig, isn't it? I mean, to be honest, there's actually no West Indian press here. So when we talk about people calling him on it, I don't know what people are writing back home, but he can get away with a fair bit. Is he in the best 11 cricketers from the West Indies at the moment? I don't think so. Why have I started doing rhetorical, weird George Dobell questions? Are you here, George?
Jason Holder has had a very difficult job given to him, and I'm always impressed by his maturity and the way he deals.
So am I, but not always with his captaincy, because it's not always that good.
Sam asks,
Samus?
Jennings couldn't score runs against Philander, Morkel and Rabada. What's Stoneman's excuse? Well, to be fair, he's only had 2 innings. Yeah, 2 innings, and in the first one, he got probably the best ball in that whole match.
He's gone out to Kemar Roach as well. So to be fair, Kemar Roach is top quality bowler. So if he's not going out to Miguel Cummins, is he? He is by far and away one of the best county cricketers of the last couple of years, and probably deserves more than the 2 innings that you're giving him. Is it Sam?
Sam.
Come on, Sam.
Joey asks,
Joseph?
do the West Indies players sweat butter in their palms to drop so many catches?
Do they what now?
Sweat butter. Like sweat butter so it's slippery.
I think they probably dropped more chances than they did in Edgbaston. I can't remember the exact numbers, or at least similar. And I tell you what, they fielded 1,000,000 times better today.
I think it was just the fact, yes, they did feel better overall. The catches they dropped, in particular a couple of them, were probably in international cricket as good as you get. Hamad asks,
Hammers?
how often do we see a team's lower order more potent than the top order?
And New Zealand for most of their life.
It's hard batting at the top. Hard batting at the top of the order.
It's, realistically, if you look at the record of a lot of the people they're picking to bat in the top order, Moeen Ali's probably got roughly the same record, and he's batting at 8. Johnny Bairstow has a better record than some of the guys that he's coming in behind. So they could actually move a few guys up. But I think what they're saying is, we should be able to find batsmen, not make them from, our middle order. And it is a strength of English cricket, this incredible middle order.
Test Match Dan asks, why are England consistently inconsistent?
They've got a lot of all-rounders, I think is part of the reason. And all-rounders, by definition, are players who generally aren't very good at one skill over and over again. They're in the team because they're good at more than one skill, so that means the team fluctuates. So they don't have a top order, Test Match Dan.
Hugh Lloyd asks,
yours?
Am I the only one who thinks of a 1940s American private detective when I hear the name Roston Chase?
No, Roston Chase is a bank in America. Jimmy Blackwood. Come on now. There's a blonde, there's a femme fatale, someone's got putting them, what do you call? Someone's got stilettos on, and,
Who put stilettos on like that?
You're an awkward woman.
True. Chris Blaney asks,
Chris's.
should I treat myself with a decent dinner or save it for a few pintines on a different night?
You should treat yourself with pintines, whatever that is. It sounds like you need ointments and some urgent care.
I'm sure there's a treatment. We'll see you tomorrow.
this is our club. और अपने club में no rules, no dress codes, no closing hours, and membership, it's our birthright. No committees, मगर हाँ, lots of meetings. Cause यहाँ we call the shots. We raise the game. We are the fans. ESPN Cricinfo, cricket's biggest fan club on earth. Download the app now.
Well, we're here at Edgbaston on the eve of an historic first ever in England day-night test with the pink ball. George, the pink ball itself, do you think it's going to be a successful enterprise in this country?
Well, it sort of works already in that they've sold 70,000 tickets for the first 3 days.
Which is the point?
It's massively important to get people to come to Test cricket, and 40% of those roughly are a new audience who haven't come to Test matches here before, so that's fantastic. In a way, that's worked already. Do I think that... I don't think the pink ball's very good, no, but I'd be delighted to be proved wrong. I think it goes soft, and I think it doesn't swing, so I think it results in attritional cricket. Personally, I would find a way of playing with a red ball, maybe changing the seam or something, but that's another issue. It's great that they've got lots of people to come to a game that would have been a really tough sell, and in that respect I think it's an experiment worth taking.
Maybe they wouldn't have sold as many tickets for this particular series, and that kind of reflects the fact that the West Indies do come into this really as underdogs, don't they?
Yeah, their captain Jason Holder has admitted as much. They are massively underdogs, but it's worth remembering England, the last time they played a test match against them in Barbados, and they have a tremendously good or talented seam attack. They have a dangerous seam attack, and they're playing against an England top order that has holes. You know, there's 3 England players in the top 5 with 4 caps and 1 half century between them. So I don't think that, you know, England can be overwhelmingly confident, you know, because they have a lot of questions to answer themselves. But what you would say is, if you're a young batsman trying to come to terms with Test cricket, West Indies probably aren't the worst side to come up against. Test cricket's really hard, and they have got a good bowling attack. Their batting's really the worry, though. The West Indies batting, you know, looks a wee bit fragile, and they've got questions to answer against the England bowling attack. But they're a talented side. They're not the no-hopers I'm seeing them portrayed as elsewhere.
Well, we will see just how well they do against England in this historic match. We'll be here all the way through, so make sure you stay logged on to ESPN Cricinfo. Well, this test series between England and South Africa has zipped back and forwards with such ferocity for those. So I'm going to stop on the way up to Old Trafford and get a neck brace because I've got whiplash. What was the problem with South Africa here? They lost big at Lord's.
যাচ্ছে তো নানি সকাল থেকে ডিস্টার্ব করতেছে দুপুরে করে খাও জাস্ট খাওয়া নিচে ডাকছে আমাকে গেছিলাম একটু রাস্তা রান্না করার পরে না বাইরে যাচ্ছি পরে দেরি হবে তোমার এই পার্সেল আলা ফোন দিছে যে হচ্ছে মিরপুর 1 নম্বরে আসতেছে এখনো আসেই নাই সারা ঘুমাই গেছে